I wanted to get into a little hot D discourse, or as black folks call it, House of Dragons. So in the video, I ventured into talking about explicitly about white feminism. I haven't watched this past week's episode, so no spoilers in the chat. So Hot D was bothered, like a couple of episodes ago, I got real bothered by House of Dragons. And I think it's because House of Dragons is doing a white feminism, and it's really bothering me. I've seen enough people call it out, so like I'm feeling good, like I'm not the only one saying it, but I still want to like get it out there while still time, because the discourse I've seen in like normie spaces, right? People are missing the mark. So what I feel like the creators and the general population, normies, are saying about this show is they're saying that Alicent is a problem, and that Rhaenyra, I think I actually heard the term Rhaenyra is rock and roll, Rhaenyra is punk rock, and I'm like, no. This is both white feminism. This is both girl boss feminism. Neither of these are good. They're just bad in different ways. And I want people to understand this. So obviously, Alicent is more like demonstrably and obviously bad, right? Alicent is very explicitly working within the established power structure to maintain and access power, essentially for other men, right? Like for her son, for her legacy, for her father, for her uncle. And I'm not saying the things that she's been through are okay, because obviously she was with Viserys. She's married to Viserys at a very young age. Like as I get into this, and this is like the way I talked about it in the video, it's difficult to like, at least from my standpoint as a man with that intersection, I need to be careful around how I criticize white feminism, because part of white feminism is the feminism. So I have to acknowledge that both of these women are living under a patriarchal society, and both are vulnerable to very specific challenges and dangers that I would not be vulnerable, because I don't think Westeros has racism. You know what I'm saying? You know, I could just dye my shit white, I'd be cool. But Alicent is working within the patriarchy to maintain power. You know what I'm saying? So cool. Rhaenyra is not challenging the power structure of Westeros for real. So Alicent is upholding the patriarchy. And people are trying to say that Rhaenyra is challenging the patriarchy. And maybe she is to an extent, but she's still challenging the patriarchy for the sole purpose of maintaining the power structure that harms everybody. Rhaenyra has already, on numerous occasions in the show, used her power to fuck with other people. There's no indication that when she gets in the throne that she's going to in some way make things better. Do you think Rhaenyra, if she was in, so one of the thing that really tipped me off was Alicent's son, King, the future king, I think her son's name is Aegon, assaulted a servant girl, and she came through, and it was very on the point. It was very on point with how this happens. She came through, she feigned sympathy. She maybe gave sympathy to the girl because she understood where she was coming from, but then let her know, here's the drink, get the fuck out of here. I ain't got shit else to say to you, because you're not gonna threaten the power structure I have. On the flip side, do you think Rhaenyra would have did anything differently? Do you think she would have did anything differently to her with her children? You see what I'm saying? Like, they did that to make Alicent look bad, and I get it, she looks bad, but like Rhaenyra is a part of a low-key unjust aristocracy, won by blood, won by warfare. Excuse me. Rhaenyra low-key assaulted, at least coerced. There was some ick there with the what's the shitty guy's name now that was her knight? I don't remember his name now. You know what I'm talking about. He's like awful now. But like before, they were trying to set him up to be this like, you know, cool guy. But like, no, he's an asshole. But she coerced him. That was a very like wrong thing for her to do. It was the type of thing that people in power do. She is running with Daemon, who has murdered multiple people. You know what I'm saying? Like, Alicent is going to get on the throne, and I think they will get here eventually. I hope they do. It makes me bothered. But Rhaenyra's going to get on the throne and do the same shit. She's not going to change anything. She's just going to be the first woman ruler and matriarch of that kingdom. And so I just really like the thing about girl boss feminism. The thing that's happening, and like girl boss feminism is intersectional now, because that's kind of what happened with Black Lives Matter. There's a book, I gotta find this book. It's a concept called Elite Capture by Olufemi Taiwo. I'm probably saying this name wrong. And it's about how like elite power structures are manipulating progressive and radical movements through identity politics. And it's a scary concept to engage with because it gives credence to conservative arguments over identity politics. And because when we're talking about identity politics in a negative fashion, the people that stand to be hurt the most through that are people from marginalized identities. So like it has to be a very carefully crafted conversation, but it is a conversation that we need to have. And it's happening a lot within these liberal identity politics movements where we're subterfuging girl boss feminism, white feminism under intersectionality. Like, yeah, it's all the same, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same. It's why when I say patriarchy is genderless and people are like, I don't understand what you mean. Like the way that we situate men within patriarchy, I get it, but there's nuances missing. I've talked about it before. I'm not ready to talk about it right now, but you kind of get my point. And this is an example of that. Don't think just because Rhaenyra has like smashed the patriarchy that she's actually going to smash the fucking patriarchy. She's going to smash the poor. She's going to smash the poor. You know what I'm saying? She's Hillary Clinton. This is Hillary Clinton versus Margaret Thatcher. That's what this is. Somebody make that meme.